The award was institutionalized in 1992 through Republic Act number 7335. The National Commission for Culture and the Arts, NCCA, which is the highest policy-making and coordinating body of the Philippines for culture and the arts, was tasked with the implementation. The award is conferred upon a Filipino citizen or group of Filipino citizens engaged in any traditional art uniquely Filipino whose distinctive skills have reached such a high level of technical and artistic excellence and have been passed on to and widely practiced by the present generation in his or her community with the same degree of technical and artistic competence. How does one become a manlilikha ng bayan? To become a manlilikha ng bayan, the candidate must process the following qualifications. A. He or she is an inhabitant of an indigenous traditional cultural community anywhere in the Philippines that has preserved indigenous customs, beliefs, rituals, and traditions, and or has syncretized whatever external elements that have influenced it. Letter B. He or she must have engaged in a folk art tradition that has been in existence and documented for at least 50 years. He or she must have consistently performed or produced over a significant period works of superior and distinctive quality.
The Maranao House, a torogan which literally means a place for sleeping, is the stately house of elite members of the Maranao tribe in the province of Lanao del Sur in the island of the Mindanao, Philippines. As the house of Datu or Sultan, it is the symbol for status and leadership. Being the last standing example of the house of the elite members of the Maranao tribe and the only remaining habitable torogan, it was declared as National Cultural Treasure by the National Museum of the Philippines in 2008. Torogan also serves a courthouse and hall for community meeting, and its courtyard as ritual for weddings and coronation. It is also embodies the height of Okir decorative tradition. Ang Maranao House o torogan sa madaling salita ay lugar kung saan pwede matulog. Ito ay tirahan ng mga piling tao na may matataas na antas sa tribo ng mga Maranao sa probinsya ng Lanao del Sur na matatagpuan sa Mindanao, Philippines. Ang bahay na ito ay sumisimbolo sa pamumuno dahil sa kadahilan ng tinirhan nito ng dato at mga sultan. Ang huling bahay na torogan ay dineklarang National Treasure ng National Museum of the Philippines noong 2008. The house on stilts. Stilt houses or pile dwellings or raised on piles over the surface of the soil or a body of water. Stilt houses are built primarily as a protection against flooding, but also serve to keep out vermin or pests. The shady space under the house can be used for work or storage. Ang mga stilt houses sa madaling salita ay mga bahay na may kataasan. Ginagawa ang mga ganitong bahay upang makaiwas sa pagbaha o di kaya ay upang makaiwas sa mga peste. Ang ilalim bahagi naman ng mga bahay na ito ay kadalasang ginagawang tambakan ng mga kagamitan o di kaya lugar kung saan pwede kang magtrabaho. Maritime transport. These are simple marine vessels made for the transport of goods and people by sea and other waterways in the surrounding regions. Ang maritime transport ay isang uri ng sasakyang pangdagat na ginagawa para makapaghatid ng mga tao o di kaya mga bagay sa iba't ibang lugar. Wooden bangka. A trigger canoe is a small wooden boat. It is used for transport in daily activities such as going to the market to transport goods to other places. And in going to school, they are sometimes highly decorated, used to move from island to another island, especially on coastal places around the various regions. Ang wooden bangka, outrigger o canoe ay madalas namang ginagamit bilang pang-araw-araw na transportasyon o di kaya ginagamit panghatid ng mga pagkain sa mga kalapit na lugar. Vinta boats, locally known as lepa-lepa or sakayan, is a traditional boat found near the Philippine island of Mindanao. The boats are made by Sama Badjao and motors living in the Sulu archipelago, Zamboanga. It has sail with assorted vertical culture and history of the Muslims community. These boats are used for inter-island transport of people and goods. Zamboanga City is known for this vessel. Binta boats o mas kilala ring lepa-lepa, isang tradisyonal na bangka na matatagpuan malapit sa isla ng Mindanao sa Pilipinas. Ang bangkang ito ay gawa sa Sama Badjao and Motors na matatagpuan sa Sulu Archipelago, Zamboanga. Ginagamit ang bangkang ito upang maghatid ng mga pagkain sa iba't ibang isla at Zamboanga City ang kilalang madalas gumagamit nito. Weaving. This traditional art form, as practiced around the region, involves many threads being measured, cut, and mounted on a wooden platform. The threads are dyed and weaved on a loom. Early Filipinos weaved using fibers were weaved. Baskets were also weaved and used. Vessels of transport and storage and for hunting. These baskets were used to transport grain, store clothing that was worn. It was during Spanish period that Filipino used fabric called nipis to weave white clothing. These were weaved in decorative flower designs. Weaving, isa sa mga tradisyonal na anyo ng sining na ginagamitan ng sinulid na sinusukat, pinuputol at kinakabit sa sahig na gawa sa kahoy. Ang mga basket ay hinabi din at ginamit ng mga sisidlan ng transportasyon at imbakan. At para sa pangangaso, ang mga basket na ito ay ginamit upang magdala ng butil, mag-imbak ng mga damit na naisuot na. Noong panahon ng Kastila, gumamit ang mga Pilipino ng tela na tinatawag na nipis sa paghabi ng puting damit. Ang mga ito ay hinabi ng pandekorasyon na may mga disensyong bulaklak. Weaving in the Philippines. When it comes to hand-woven textile production in the Philippines, the process is a slow and tedious one. From harvesting crops from which fiber or weaving will be stripped to knotting and drying each fiber, it can take months before final fabric or garments is produced. It is tedious because it's done by hands and no gadgets are used. Pagdating sa hand-woven textile production sa Pilipinas, ang proseso ay mabagal at nakakapagod. Mula sa pag-aani ng mga pananim mula sa kung saan ang hibla para sa paghabi ay huhubaran hanggang sa pagbubuhol at pagsubok sa bawat hibla. Maaaring tumagal ng ilang buwan bago magawa ang huling tela o mga kasuotan. Nakakapagod dahil tapos gamit ang kamay at walang gadget na ginagamit sa paggawa nito. The Piña Leaves of Calibo Aklan, located on the Philippines of Panay and Visayas, is known to be the best, oldest, and primary manufacturer of piña. The weaving of fibers derived from pineapple leaves began centuries ago when red Spanish pineapple, which is not indigenous to the Philippines, was introduced by Spanish colonizers. Piña peaked in 1800s but slowed in later years of the century due to the introduction of cheaper machine-made cloths. The tradition nearly came completed and during the American colonial rule in the Philippines, which lasted from late 1800s through mid-1900s, and particularly as younger generations showed little interest in the craft. In the late 1900s, public-private partnership between Philippines government agencies and Aklan local piña weaving initiatives started reviving piña weaving. Today, many Aklanons earn living from this craft. natatagpuan sa isla ng Panay sa Visayas, ay kilala bilang pinakaluma at pangunahing tagapagsupply ng pinya. Ang paghabi ng mga hibla na nagmula sa mga dahon ng pinya ay nagsimula ilang siglo na ang nakakalipas ng red Spanish pineapple na hindi katutubo sa Pilipinas ay pinakilala ng mga nanakop na Espanyol. Ang pinya ay sumikat noong 1800s ngunit bumagal ang huling taon ng siglo dahil sa pagkakakilala ng mas mura, mga telang gawa ng makina. Ang tradisyon ay halos matapos sa panahon ng kolonyal na paghahari ng Amerika sa Pilipinas na tumagal mula sa huling bahagi ng 1800s hanggang sa kalagitnaan ng 1900s. At lalo na ang mga kabataang henerasyon ay nagpakita ng kaunting interes sa pabor. Noong huling bahagi ng 1900s, ang pampublikong pribadong partnership sa pagitan ng mga ahensya ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas at mga inisyabang lokal ng pinya weaving ng Aklan ay nagsimula muling buhayin ang pagbahagi ng pinya. Sa ngayon, maraming Aklanon ang kumikita sa gawaing ito. The Tinalak of the Tiboli of Lake Cebu. Tinalak Abaca tapestries crafted by Tiboli people often describe woven dreams as the spirit of the abaca showing the weaver in her dreams a pattern laid out on a loom. Among symbols that have been woven into these tapestries including a butterfly, eagle, and phaeton. Each fiber is knotted and tied according to the weaver's dream, and then dyed. During Monday's presentation at the Philippines Consulate, Ofong explained that there is no pattern followed in Tinalak weaving. She added that the traditional color of tapestry is red. Black and white, the craft is a family tradition and activity, so mothers and daughters do the knotting and designing, while husband harvest strips and the fibers, and knot when they have free time, among purposes of which the tinalak has been used including bartering for horses and carabaos. They have also been given as dowries for the first baby and as gifts. The fabric can be used as a blanket, bag, vest, blouse, or table runner, among other things. Ang mga tapiserya ng tinalak abaca na ginagawa ng mga tiboli ay kadalasang nilalarawan ang pinagtagpi ng mga panaginip bilang espiritu ng abaca na nagpapakita sa mga habi sa kanyang mga panaginip ng isang pattern na inilatag sa isang habihan. Kabilang ang mga simbolo na hinahabi sa mga tapiserya na ito ay kinabibilangan ng parparo, agila at sawa. Ang bawat hibla ay binunot at itinali ayon sa pangarap ng mga habi at pagkatapos ay kinulayan. Sa presentasyon noong Lunes sa Philippine Consulate, ipinaliwanag ni Ofong na walang pattern na sinusunod sa tinalak weaving. Idinadagdag niya na ang tradisyonal na kulay ng tapiserya ay pula, itim at puti. Ang craft ay isang tradisyon at aktibidad ng pamilya, kaya ang mga ina at anak na babae ang gumagawa ng knotting at pagdidisenyo, habang ang mga asawa naman ang nag-aani at naguhubad ng mga hibla at nagbubuhol kapag sila naman ay may libreng oras. Kabila sa mga layunin na kung saan ginamit ang tinalak ay ang pakikipagpalitan ng mga kabayo at kalabaw. Ang mga ito ay binigay din bilang dote para sa unang sanggol at bilang mga regalo. Ang mga tela ay maaaring gamitin bilang isang kumot, bag, vest, blusa o table runner bukod sa iba pang mga bagay.
The Tingkap basket of Palawan tribe. Tingkap basket from Palawan people of the Philippines are made from rattan. The basket are used to store rice, transport foods, hold special belongings, and are sometimes used by the healers in the ritual called kundu, or by evoking the spirit of Linamen, or they called it a beautiful and powerful spirit, female spirit rather. The Tingkap is like a reflection of life and culture of the Palawan, or the indigenous people group of people in the Philippines. This handcrafts mixes human creativity with the natural world. Now that the woods of Palawan's islands are under threat, the Palawan people are now facing the prospect of losing their homes and customs. It was also used for as a spirit dwellings during the animist rites in the past. The Hinabol of Higanon of Impasugong Bukidnon. It is a textile that has a purpose of being a gift, dowry, offering to the spirit, and even bringing peace during the tribal conflicts. And also, the Hinabol cloth reflects the moods and feelings of the weaver. And Hinabol weaving is an artistic heritage and source of subsistence for the Lumad people of Higanon tribe. And Hinabol weaving is a traditional indigenous craft that has been passed down through the generation of women in their village. And also, men on the other hand, are in charge of delivering the said scrap raw ingredient. The Hinabol weavers and abaca growers who are located in the municipality of Impasugong have pushed their way into the Philippine market and have even introduced their product to the worldwide buyers. And with the support of Malay Valley local government, the sophisticated traditional weaving, which is the Hinabol cloth method, has been mastered for the municipality's highest village, which is the Sitio Manolog, Bukidnon. The geometric weaves of Yakan tribe of Zamboanga and Basilan. The Yakan weaving features elaborate geometric design and patterns that are usually inspired by the nature, and also the fabric produced by the Yakan weavers are used for religious and ritual purposes, which they can be bartered for daily necessities, given as gifts, and used for peace offerings in times of conflicts. And also, Yakan textiles are known for their use of vibrant colors and geometric design, just like what I had said earlier. And also, lastly, the Yakan textiles are now being utilized in manufacturing bags, coin purses, table runners, and other home necessities, given that it is being popularized by now. The tapis of Kalinga tribe. For Kalinga tribe, for them, weaving is like a sacred tradition passed on from mother to daughter. The tapis is a costume indigenous to the Kalinga and Apayao. It is a rectangular piece of fabric used by the woman as a wrap-around skirt. And the garment is woven on a backstrap body tension looms, which has embroidered with nature-inspired design, and also occasionally embellished with mother-of-pearl platelets and shell, which symbolize richness and prominence in the said area. Carving. It is the act of using tools to shape something from the certain material by scraping away the portion of the said material. And also, the most commonly used material for this act are woods, stone, silver, and bronze to create images such as religious images and carved doors, etc. And there is also one place in the Philippines that will surely amaze you in terms of carving, and that is Paete in Laguna. And in the easiest said, it is like a sculpture itself made by removing material to achieve a specific form.
Performing art. Those may be folk dance and music, which are developed by individual or group of people that reflect the traditional life of people in a central province or region in the country. And also, performing arts is a form of creative activity that perform in the front of audience, which include drama, music, and dance. And one of the example of performing art in the Philippines is epic poetry. Literature. Philippines folk literature is referred to the traditional oral literature of the Filipino people. Those of the field cover the ASEAN's folk literature of the Philippines variation group, as well as the version piece of folklore they have evolving since the Philippines became a single ethnic political unit. And also, one of the example of literature in the Philippines is Noli Me Tangere by Dr. Jose Rizal. Drawing of Malakas in Maganda is the first man and women of the Philippine folklore awake and image from the split giant bamboo tree. Graphic and plastic art. Plastic art is artistic activities to produce work in effect that is a three-dimensional sculpture or ceramic. Graphic art is a mainly 2D, like sketching, painting, photography, or calligraphy. Also draw plans and layout from the interior architectural design. Ornament, or sa Tagalog, is palamuti. It is something to use to decoration or establish a part to a building or object. As one of the example is parol. Parol making in Pampanga is a traditional passive form of one generation to another. Aside from the traditional star design, is meron po silang iba't ibang design like flower, angel, and Christmas tree or another holiday symbol. Textile or fiber art. Who Filipino awarded under this category to those who promoted traditional textile art, weaving, and fiber art. And there are place or locality. And also, textile art is an art that using a varying materials that fiber to produce a decorative artistic object. And pwede po gamitin nila dito is yarn. Kahit anong object or kahit anong gagawin nila, is makakreate po sila gamit ang yarn. Pottery o palayok in Tagalog. Traditional pot making in a center area in the Philippines would use clay found near in the Sibalom River. Modeling the clay required to use wood pads and till the clay had been kept away from the sunlight. Pottery po is ito po yung ginagamitan ng ceramic or nanggagaling po yung ceramic sa ilog. And then pwede po siyang gawin siyang base and then ipapainitan po siya. Yun po yung example po nun is yung base ng sinang-unang gawa ng mga tao. Mananggal jar. Throughout the century, pots have been made from the cooking like the traditional palayok. They may be used from the storage like banga o tapayan that we are used for storage liquid. In the time of one of the early Filipino jars we used to keep to remains the corpses of manunggal jar is one of the example of such as a burial jar. Anthropomorphic potteries. Evidence of Filipino pottery make dates as the early 6000 BC has been found in Saga-Saga Cave, Solo and Laurente Cave, Cagayan. It has been proved that by 5000 BC, that making of pottery was practiced throughout the countries. Early Filipinos started making pottery before the Columbian Nightboards, and that about the same time as the ties as a part of what appears to be a widespread to Ice Age development of pottery technology. By the New Stone Age, the period which Manonggal jar was dated, pots with a particular creative and attractive design with commonly made. And by the Metal Age, special designs of pottery began for the producing in the larger number. Each group was developed its own special type of pottery. Netherlands pottery is traditional, continue to develop in a center location such as the Brunei clay pottery of Vegan. The pottery tradition Brunei, it is among a pottery tradition that have been maintained along the with those Leyte and Bohol. That will be all.